Hey everyone, welcome back to today's video. Today I thought I would talk about the pros and cons of my stay at a skilled nursing facility, or SNF for short. If you're new here, hi, my name is Roy and I'm an individual that just happens to have spastic, diplegia, cerebral palsy. You can learn more about me by checking out the description box below, and if you click the video card here in the upper right hand corner that says welcome to my channel, you can watch a short introduction video. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for your continued support. With that being said, let's go ahead and dive right into today's video. Okay, so if you've been following me over the last month or so, you know that I had a knee injury, and after my procedure, I came home. That didn't quite work out, so I ended up going into a rehab facility, or skilled nursing facility, or nursing home, however people like to refer to it. So I spent about 2.5 weeks at the rehab facility, and I put together a list of what I call pros and some of the cons. So I'm going to talk about that here. Let's start with the pros. I had a roommate, and I was fortunate to meet a very good roommate. We got along very well. We ended up liking most all the same TV shows. We're into like the crime shows, Chicago PD, Chicago Med, Chicago Fire, Law and Order, different stuff like that. So that worked out very well. I've been in other skilled nursing facilities or even hospitals where you don't always end up with a good roommate. So very thankful that I was able to meet him, and we still keep in touch. I met some awesome people in general while I was at the rehab facility. Even though I was the youngest person there that I saw, you can learn a lot from the older generation if you take time to listen. And these people had some awesome stories. Some were, rather sad, but some were really like enlightening and whatnot. Everything is handicap accessible, which is nice because, as you know, a lot of my home isn't what you would consider handicap accessible. So being that I had this knee injury, I was glad that everything was accessible. Now, with that being said, because of my knee injury, I am now finally deciding to look into some different modifications to make things a little bit easier for me. Things were easy before, but let's face it, I really don't want to go through what I went through over this last month, because that was just terrible. So I'm seeing what I can do to make things a little bit easier for me. Someone is there to provide you help 24/7. You have nurses, you have nurses' aid, just like you would in a hospital, just in a little different setup. But someone is there 24/7, which for me, that was great because there was limitations. Sorry, someone drove by my house and had their music really loud. But anyway, so yeah, someone is there 24/7. Meals are made for you. So if you want to eat what is provided, and you're not able to get someone to bring you food, or you're not able to order out, your meals are there breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and a snack as well. Usually, if depending on who's working at night, you might have to ask for a snack, or they're supposed to bring them around to you. There were some good aides that would bring them around. So, again, to kind of recap on the pros, I had an awesome roommate. I met some awesome people. Everything was handicap accessible, which was all great. And then someone is there to provide care 24/7, and your meals are made for you. I had a handful of pros, but I also have some cons that we need to talk about as well. One of the biggest things was, during my stay, I felt like they kept finding any reason they could to delay my discharge. And I had to advocate for myself and say, look, certain things I'm not going to be able to improve on until I'm in my own environment. And I'm not about to get on your dirty floors to work on these things. I'll do that in my own environment. So once I was able to get my knee pads and make sure I could get on the floor and whatnot, I really had to advocate for myself to be able to go back home. Now, I will say this. If you're going to put someone in a nursing home for whatever reason, it is important that they have an advocate, whether they're there short-term or long-term, especially if they can't speak for themselves. I really feel for the individuals that cannot speak for themselves. The other issue is staffing shortages. I know that everywhere in America right now, staffing is short. We can't get people to work. I won't get into that, but that's an issue. I think it's really an issue right now in all of the healthcare, especially. But while there are people there at the rehab to help you 24/7, you might put your call light on and wait 20 to 30 minutes before someone actually comes to help you. Now, fortunately for me, if I was in my wheelchair, I'll just go find somebody. Hey, I need help with this. Hey, I need help with that, or whatever. If it was a situation where I was in bed and I couldn't get to my chair because it was across the room, then I would pick up my cell phone. Ring, ring. Hey, I need help back here, please. And again, I feel for individuals who are bedbound and can't get the help that they need. So again, it's important that anyone in a nursing home have an advocate. The other rough thing was, and I talked about this in one of my videos in this series, the food. There were a few good meals, but man, did the kitchen need some work. Now, I heard that the food was pretty good, like over the last couple of years, so it's just recently declined. But in this case, I'm so thankful I had Uber Eats and Grubhub and things like that, and folks who brought me a meal, because it really made it just a little bit nicer. So hopefully they get their kitchen in order. Now, let's talk about the the actual reason I was there. I was there to heal my knee and get therapy, to rehab my knee. The folks in the therapy department, make no mistake, were some pretty awesome people. They were nice, we got along great, and all that fun stuff. The problem that I had was I felt like they weren't trained enough to be able to help me with my disability overall. Like, yes, I'm there rehabbing my knee, but you also need to be able to treat CP as well, and I felt like they were lacking in that area in some ways. I prefer inpatient rehabs that focus heavily on therapy because you get, on average, 3 hours of therapy a day. In a nursing home, you only get 1 hour a day per skill. So I had 2 skills: physical therapy and occupational therapy. So you only got an hour for physical therapy and an hour for OT, occupational therapy. So I would have liked to have gotten more therapy, like, 2-3 hours a day on average, but that didn't quite happen. But it is what it is. I made the best of it, and that's all we can. That's all we can do. They're used to treating older individuals. They're not used to treating a 33-year-old with CP. The last thing I'll mention is, and this happens at every nursing home that I've ever been in for rehab, but you only get 2 showers a week. 2 showers a week. Ugh. That was very, it was different for me. Yes, like I said, I've been in skilled nursing facilities before, and it's been the same, but I just think that these people in these places deserve a shower more than twice a week. But again, there's more residents than there are staff a lot of times, so it's not right, but that's the way it is. Maybe someday that'll change. I don't know. To end on a more positive note, I'm doing well. I'm getting my strength back, as I said in one of my other videos. Getting my strength back, getting my routine back, and being able to do more and more for myself with little to no help. There are still some things that I prefer to have someone here just as a precaution, but I'm managing. It takes me a little longer sometimes because my knee still hurts me a little bit, but I get it done. So, I've always said this whole situation could have been a whole lot worse, so I just try to make the best of it. Well, that's all I have for you today. I'm going to go ahead and end today's video here. I hope that you enjoyed this video and found it informative. I would like to encourage you to give the video a thumbs up, and if you haven't already, smash that subscribe button along with the notification bell so you'll know as soon as I upload new content. I try to upload 3 times a week, Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays in the afternoon. Until next time, take care, stay healthy, and God bless.